Hello, Ozzy Beltran with Productivity Coach for the Laquita Market Center. I'm sorry, you know what? So this is my follow-up video from compliance and the checklist, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at how we start uploading these documents to compliance. So since the last video you saw, I was having issues. I'm already in here. So I'm already in command. I'm already under opportunities. And what I'm going to do right now is I am going to show you how do you upload these documents to compliance, and then how does the new commissions, which is replacing the green sheet, how does that work and how do you work it in here, right? So let's go in here and look at one of these files. So real quick, as if you're not using the opportunity tab already as a sales pipeline, you should. What it starts doing, it starts giving you your potential income and all that stuff. But you have to be able to use it in order for it to start coming up with your conversion rates and the time frames on how long it takes. Like typically, once you've had an appointment with somebody, it takes you 12 days to move to the next step, and then it takes you 80 days to move to the next step, whatever it is. These are kind of off because I haven't really been using them as well. But once you start adding and putting everybody in here, it's going to start giving you those numbers. Anyways, let's just go in here and look at something here. So under contract, by the way, real quick, right before I move out, again, let me just point this out real quick here. When you open a transaction under contract and you're having escrow going, in order for the market center to be able to see this, you do need to move that file from active into under contract. So just FYI. So let's go on here and let's just look at a file here. So we have this file. Quick note, once you have a buyer and you already have a property address, you should be using that property address as the name of the opportunity, just to make it easier for everybody to pull it up by the address. Sometimes when they're working the file or looking at a check, they're looking at the property address. So 12932 Villa Loreto. That's what I'm going to do here, if it allows me to do it. Okay. Oops. Well, what is it? 932 Villa Loreto. And I keep that as a buyer. That's a name, property address, buyer, save, good. So compliance lies in here in this file in documents. You click documents. And as I stated before, checklist is here. This is the checklist you should go by, so you know what's required from our compliance side. However, you're going to see here that we also have some sort of a checklist. It's not necessarily the same one, because some of these forms or documents you might not need. But once you're starting off, this is where you start off. If in this case, since it knows it's a buyer, it's under the buyer's pipeline, it's giving me consultation, under contract, and closed. If you had a seller, it would show listing, under contract, and closed. So under consultation, typically the BRE might be in there, or documents that you might want to attach, but that's normally when you're meeting with the buyer. Most of the time you're opening this when you're under escrow. So let's click on under contract and go from there. By the way, if this checklist is not representative of what you're looking for, and let's just say this was a manufactured home or a vacant lot, you would go in here and change it from here. So as you see here, here's the documents that are on here that you can start uploading. On some of these, you can see we've already uploaded these on here. So agency disclosure, I click on here and I upload it. Make sure everything is signed. All the initials are in. If there's initials or signatures missing from you, the seller, the other listing or the listing agent or yourself, you're going to get a rejection. So just be aware of that here. Let's see what it looks like not uploaded. So see, this one's not uploaded. So on here, it gives you the option to add the file or add the file based on whatever you need. You're going off the checklist, but as you start uploading this and you submit to the market center, you'll start getting notifications on anything that might be missing or might be rejected. Normally, your notifications are going to be up here on the under the bell, and you can see here compliance. Buyer has been approved, so this file has been approved. This has been approved, so just gives you the information on what has been approved. Most likely a document that was submitted on here. Closed are typically the documents that are towards the end when you're closing. So escrow closing statements, the FERPTA, escrow HOA, all of these documents on here. Again, go by the checklist depending on what you need, and this is where you upload these right on here, right? So let's see if I have a file that's open that I could show you, perhaps a document that's been rejected or anything like that. I'm not sure if I do. Of course, this is not going to work anymore because I went back. Right. It's going to freeze on me. There you go. Under contract. And let's just go into this one here. Documents. So this is on the listing side. You'll see that on here. Different folders are going to be listing, under contract, and closed. Or closing. I'm not sure if this is going to, oh, there it is, returned. So you see some documents like my listing documents, the top portion of this, that's already, all those files have been submitted and approved. You see on here, under contract, there's documents that are have been rejected. So if I click on under contract here, you see all these documents have been approved. And then here, these are items that are missing. Okay, so there you go. If there was anything that was rejected and it was in red, there's a reason. You'll get the reason on there, like, okay, it's missing a signature here. Normally my transaction coordinator knows and make sure that everything's correct. So right now it's red just because we're missing documents on here. And then lastly, let me just go over commissions. So for commissions, this is our new green sheet. This is where you go and you create a commission / screen sheet, right? But essentially what you're creating in here is a document on how you're going to get paid. And this is something that's required. If you look at here at this form, you could see that that's one of the first, under second review, one of the first documents that is needed is within 72 hours is please input your green sheet online and submit to MCA. That could be commissions nowadays, right? But as soon as you open an escrow, you definitely want to submit your commissions on there. So here we go. Under commissions, just so we're all aware, total units, that's 1 unit every transaction. If you're representing a buyer and a seller, that's 2 units, right? So just be aware of that. Other than that, on here, you're going to edit any deductions that apply based on if you're, have a transaction coordinator, if you have a split, a split with if you're in a team, or if you have coaching. So if you have coaching, what you need to do, I can't change it here anymore because once you submit it, it's done. Any changes need to be done through the MCA. But essentially, let's see if I could do one in here so that you could see the coaching fee. for most of you, could be added on here essentially. So you would go into edit payments, you would go into deductions, and then put in PC fee and input on there your nets. So based on the commission, I'm sorry, the coaching fee is based on your net payment. So in this case, if this was your net payment, this is what it would be based off of, right? So out of 6,736, that's times 0.20, right? So that's where the 20% goes. And that's a deduction you would go in here and put my name, PC fee, and then put in the amount on there. Let me see, lastly, before we end this, if I'm able to do it with any of these transactions. I think these are up. My transaction coordinator puts this stuff right away. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you, but that's essentially the way it works, right? You want to make sure that if you forgot to put it in there, you just send an email to or let the MCA know here, the Market Center, Millie, let them know so they can go in there and change that. But let me see if I could do it here on any of these here. Here we go. I'm going to try it on this one since this one's not active. No. It doesn't allow me to do the commission if it's not in the right place. So let's see. Well, you get the point. I think I have a video on how to do commissions anyways. So I'll also share that video and put it on here so you guys can see how to work the commissions tab. Okay? Talk to you later.